is the grid we're looking at. And on the back of that one, you can see, not as clear, but there's a grid. I'm not a New Ageist. Some of the stuff from the New Ages actually I'm quite good about and I think makes sense, but a lot of it isn't, and sometimes my story isn't one that lots of people want to hear. That grid is not the natural grid of the Earth. That's not the ley lines. That is an energetic overlay. When you die, i.e. your physical body ceases to exist, your soul doesn't go back to source. It wants to, gets caught in that grid. It is struck with a huge amount of electromagnetic energy, which makes you forget, and then your soul, for want of a better word, I use the word soul, is put back into another body. And only sometimes when the process fails do you have what we call memories of past lives. Time and time and time again, souls are recycled on this planet. That's why that guy there stands there with the sword, because that's their domain. You're not getting out. That's a prison. This is a prison planet. I'm sorry, it's not a nice thing to say, but that's my view, and that's what's going on. And that's why on the Black Ops badge it's exactly the same. It has a grid around it. It's my contention that humanity has been on this planet a very long time, but at some point the DNA was completely tampered with to dumb you all down, to reduce your DNA strands down to 2. To take away your ability to be telepathic, so that you can't challenge the prison guards. If I was a being that could, I use the word feed, if I could feed on energy, how wonderful to have billions of people all being angry, having sex, enjoying football, and producing all that energy that I can then identify, hook onto, and survive on. I don't want you all going. If you go back to source, you'll think, I'm not going back to that place. That's a horrible place. It's horrible. Who would want to be here? So what we'll do is we'll put this energetic grid around the Earth. Any soul that comes out, we'll see, let's go to Hollywood now. Look for the white light. Oh, I had a near-death experience, and I saw the white light at the end of the corridor. Don't do it. That is the trap. Walk away from the white light. That is what you're being indoctrinated with. The white light is the trap. You go to the white light, you are zapped, your memory is partially removed, not always fully, but partially removed, and you return to another body. And, ooh, you've forgotten nearly everything, unless you're lucky enough to have a past life memory. What can you do about it? You have to evolve spiritually. You have to not accept the people who run the world as it stands, because they know the truth, and they're doing very nicely on it. I don't know how long it will take, but it's an injustice on humanity. And really and truly, knowledge is power. And I think that you have just got to evolve to a point where you just say no. Imagine if everybody in Britain on Tuesday morning didn't go to the petrol station to fill up. Imagine if everybody didn't pay their taxes. You actually have the power. And the only reason that they have the power is because you give them the power. I'm not being rude. I'm not trying to preach to you. That's the reality of it. But if everybody was of one mindset and refused to do something, that would bring them to the negotiating table.
How much time do we have?
2016 is the last point that they have to make a decision. 2016, they have a portal. They're not receiving any reinforcements, for want of a better word, at the moment. Okay, people will say the reptilians have all gone. No, they haven't, because if they'd all gone, you'd actually be a lot more freer than you are. But the timescale is 2016. Big changes by then.
Would you say that this is basically a prison that we've been put in?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is a prison planet. It's known as a prison planet.
For our previous crimes?
No, not for your previous crimes. No, right. Right, that's a very, very incisive question. There are a number of people on this planet who most definitely belong in a prison. Now, don't make a joke about it. I'm talking about, as a proportion, we have more paedophiles, murderers than any other planet anywhere. There's a reason for that. Because it is a dumping ground, just as Britain used Australia to put its convicts. So this planet is used as a dumping ground. And that's why there's such a huge jump between nice people and bad people.